porous borders and limited patrol capacity, the IGP argues that dismantling elite security details would further strain an already overstretched force, raising questions about equality, equity, accountability, and the prioritization of public safety. Now, joining me to discuss this is Lawrence Alobi, is the former Commissioner of Police. He joins from Abuja. And also, Emmanuel Onwubiko is the National Coordinator of HURIWA. He also joins virtually from Abuja. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Let me start with you, sir. I mean, as a former Commissioner of Police, with the reason the Inspector General of Police is given for defending the use of VIP protection, making reference to porous borders and, a limited patrol capacity and all of that. From a very, very practical perspective, is there credence to this? I think we are having a bit of difficulty. Can you hear me, Commissioner Alobi? Okay, I think we're having a bit of difficulty there, but let me direct my question to you, Mr. Onwubiko, National Coordinator of HURIWA. The IGP has continued to defend the use of security for VIPs in spite of several concerns raised. How do you react?
It's very unfortunate that the current IG has made that kind of I don't know how to put it. It's quite unjustifiable, because if you look at the Nigerian Police Act, if you look at the functions and the powers of the Nigerian police under the new Nigerian Police Act, there's a police act that was came into force in the year 2020, and part of their function, one of the major functions, is to prevent crime and to detect crime. The second one, maintaining public safety. And if you want to explain it further, maintaining public safety is public safety, safeguarding the lives and properties of all persons in Nigeria. That is what the explanatory note to that provision of the Police Act says. There is no reason why the police will continue to maintain the over-bloated protection units, special protection units for the elites, politicians, political office holders. You find out that the governor of a state will be going about with over 100 police operatives. Whereas if you go to several states in this country, several parts of the country are actually ungoverned spaces. I want to give you an instance with Imo State. If you go to Imo State, a large part of Okigwe senatorial zone, you cannot find a single policeman anywhere in most of those communities.
That's according to you, that's in Okigwe's senatorial zone of Imo State. You said that those areas
find police operatives in a lot of communities in that particular place. And when crime occurs, like when you have these problems of attacks by some gunmen, it takes a lot of time for police to be mobilized, maybe from Okigwe town or from Owerri. They have to spend like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, trying to get to the place where the crime is being committed or the crime has been committed. And most often, before they arrive, the criminals or the terrorists or the insurgents or whatever you want to call them, would have escaped a long time ago. And it doesn't give for efficiency and effectiveness of policing. So I do not think that there's any justifiable reason why we should continue to maintain, particularly those kind of protection of elites that you take a large chunk of the police.
All right.
You assign 30 policemen, 40 policemen to one person only because the person is the governor. And then you allow the larger population of the people in so many parts of the country to stay without any security protection.
All right, thank you so much. You've made some points, but let me direct the same question to Mr. Lawrence Alobi. He's a former commissioner of police, and he joins virtually from Abuja. Great to have you, sir. I'd like your reaction to this, well, I call it assertion by the Inspector General of Police as regards the protection of VIPs using police officers.
Yeah, in the first place, I'm not a former commissioner of police, I'm a retired commissioner of police. Once a commissioner,
Sir, I think I did that. I actually did recognize your title. I did that, sir. So please.
I'm not former, I'm retired commissioner, not former commissioner.
Retired commissioner. All right, sir. So please kindly respond to the question, sir. Thank you, duly noted.
As regards to the question, under Section 4 of the Police Act, the police primary statutory duty includes protection of life and property, prevention and detection of crime, enforcement of all laws, and protection of all offenders, as well as enforcing all laws applicable under the Act, and also carrying out
We are having a bit of difficulty connecting with you, so if you can hear me, the network seems to, of course, be a bit erratic. But once we're able to get a smooth connection, I'll bring you on back into the conversation. But let me, of course, come back to you, Mr. Onwubiko. Let's look at this particular act, which you have, highly condemned, and what is applicable in other crimes. Some will tell you that it's not peculiar to Nigeria. In very advanced crimes, there are security details attached to politicians, VIPs, and all of that. So what makes that of Nigeria different?
It's not true that police operatives are attached to political office holders. If you go to Britain, how many policemen are attached to each of those parliamentarians that you have? None, except if there are cases of, if there are threats to their persons. That's when they apply officially, and specifically police is assigned for a particular period of time. I've interfaced with a lot of political office holders in Britain and several other countries in the Western world. Most of them, you see them mingle with the public. If you go to US, how many senators have policemen guiding them? Probably you are seeing the kind of protection they give to maybe the President of America or in some other countries. You don't equate the kind of security they give to the US President or the Vice President with the kind of security they give to either senators and the rest. Okay, today we saw the governor of one of the states in the US address the world about the incident that happened, the killing of Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist, the young conservative activist that was killed. How many policemen do you see following the governor? The governor that came in. He was just alone. You don't see police people all over the place, And if you go to several other countries, like in 2015, I was in China. I was in Beijing. I went to Hong Kong. I was in Shanghai and several other parts of China. You don't see policemen all over the place. You hardly see policemen everywhere. The kind of visibility that you have in a place like Abuja, where you see a lot of police people following just one person, maybe even the local council chairman, we have as much as 10 policemen. That is not a good thing. And then the media should even ask critical question. If the major function of the police is to safeguard lives and property of citizens, did that provision of that section of the Police Act say that you have to provide the protection, safeguard the lives and property of political office holders only? So there is no, and to begin to even use the example of porous borders and all of that, in Nigeria, there are distribution of, responsibility given to several agencies of government.
All right.
Border protection falls under either customs and even the police themselves. Police are not supposed to be telling us that the borders are porous. It is the duty of the police to make sure that the borders are not porous.
But again, one would also look at the issue of capacity. By capacity, in terms of the numbers, in terms of the level of training, and even the level of, will I call it, equipment made available to work. But I'll give you the opportunity to respond to this once we return from this break. Do stay with us. We'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Politics HQ on News Central Television. I still have my guest with me. Lawrence Alobi is a retired commissioner of police. He joins virtually from Abuja, and also Emmanuel Onwubiko, National Coordinator of HURIWA. He also joins from Abuja. Retired CP, sir, I'm coming to you. Looking at what the IGP has said as regards security detail, to the VIPs, defending it. Is there really substance to this? We, of course, seem to be having a bit of difficulty still connecting with our guest, that's a retired Commissioner of Police, that's Mr. Lawrence Alobi. But let me take your final thoughts on this. I'm coming to you right now, Mr. Emmanuel Onwubiko, National Coordinator of HURIWA. On this matter, if you were to advise or suggest a reform, what would be your reform for the police force?
The Human Writers Association of Nigeria, HURIWA, we have made several presentations regarding the need to comprehensively reform the police in Nigeria. The current national structure of the police is actually not working. The national policing structure, institutional structure is not working. Nigeria needs to have a state police like most other states, most other countries around the world. Britain, if you go to Britain, virtually every city in Britain has a police unit. Metropolitan Police, Manchester Police, Liverpool Police, and the rest of them. If you go to the US, almost every district or communities there have their own state police.
So basically what you are suggesting, sir, what you're suggesting is that there should be the implementation of state police.
Like they are doing currently. And this should be the last constitutional amendment we're going to do. It's not every 4 years we'll be amending our constitution as if we are primary school, children. We shouldn't be amending our constitution all the time. Now that we have the opportunity of amending the constitution,
I'm sorry, sir, but I understand that we really need to go. We sincerely appreciate your time on the program. Thank you so much. Emmanuel Onwubiko is National Coordinator of HURIWA. We'd also like to appreciate Mr. Lawrence Alobi is a retired Commissioner of Police. He tried joining. Hopefully we'll bring him on again. But that's the beat we can take. In case you missed out, you can follow up on YouTube, and you can also choose to follow us on our social media handle. It's there on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dakbo, at Digboye. Until I come your way again, good night.